So here we have another example of reporting from the BBC that is either sloppy or pushes a narrative. Something I've noticed that they do frequently is to lead with a headline that tells a story which subsequently turns out to be far more nuanced than it originally suggests. The BBC reports that the Japanese designer Kenzo Takada has died from COVID-19. So there it is, simple, direct assertion. COVID-19 killed Mr. Takada. However, if we follow the article, the headline becomes slightly more qualified. Japanese designer dies after catching COVID-19. So yes, it is more qualified, but still places in the mind of the reader that the cause of death was COVID. But whenever anyone uses the phrase after X, whatever X is, my skeptical spider senses start tingling. After is a weasel word. That one thing happens after another implies causation, often incorrectly. People do it all the time. For example, I had a headache. I took a homeopathic headache cure and an hour later my headache was gone. So what? Did you also drink a glass of water? Did you move to another room? Did your headache just disperse as they tend to do anyway? So after is a bit of a trigger word for me. Now the BBC have diluted their original assertion that Mr. Takada died of COVID-19. And then I read, the Japanese founder of popular fashion brand Kenzo has died age 81 from complications linked to coronavirus. So now it's complications linked to coronavirus? Look, it may well be that Mr. Takada was an otherwise entirely healthy 81-year-old and that COVID was the sole cause of his death. But I am suspicious of the BBC and the mainstream media as a whole for their reporting of the pandemic, in fact their reporting in general. It is far easier to attribute the death with COVID than to consider that the person may have had complex health issues which may have been the primary cause of death.